Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I am Mike Mick.
This might be a weird episode. We try to stay out of politics and whatnot, but COVID lockdown coming again soon.
Yeah, I've been seeing more and more about that on YouTube lately.
So, a couple things. Like, sure, people are getting sick. People have died from it. There's a lot of illnesses that do that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, people die literally every single day. One of my favorite recent pro wrestlers just died this last week, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But it wasn't from COVID, so, we can't lock down.
It's just weird that, again, so this is going to be 2 elections in a row, that the year before elections, about halfway through the year, there's lockdowns, there's mask mandates, there's like everything to keep people from fucking going outside, talking to each other, doing anything. Again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that.
There's been a bunch of different shit. So Boston University has a virology lab, and they combined Omicron with the original, and it's a very healthy virus at that point. So it's I think an 80% kill rate in rats.
All right, way to go.
Yeah. So
if you're trying to get rid of rats, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, so I understand the research behind everything. It's like that's how we get vaccines, learn more about different viruses and do everything. It's just weird that maybe it's just because it's so much in the public eye now of, like, we still have smallpox in lots of these labs. We have the plague, the bubonic
It's only
plague.
smallpox. It's okay. If they had big pox, then...
Yeah. So, like, there's all that shit. I need to look more into this, but I've heard that Biden said that he's already confirmed that he will not be doing any presidential debate.
Yeah, I've heard that.
At all. So this might be the first time ever that especially the incumbent, the one that's already in office, that's planning on running again, won't be participating in a debate.
Doesn't make any sense.
It does if you think about it.
Well, I mean, it does, because he can't.
He can't hold a conversation unless it's a teleprompter, and even then it's still
unless they give him a performance enhancer, he can't do it.
So it's about to be fucking weird.
They don't have enough ginkgo biloba to
and then
get that mind straight.
They just arrested Trump and like 2 or 3 other people in Georgia. So is Trump going to be bailed out for the debates? Is he going to debate via Zoom from jail? That would also be a first, I think.
Yeah, I would hope.
So, I mean, I don't give a shit left or right. I just want somebody that's not going to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would like to have somebody who can
wipe their own ass.
Yeah, maybe get off a helicopter and go into the house. I mean, I don't know what happens when he gets out of the presidential limo. I don't know if he makes it.
Yeah.
Does he end up in the wrong part of the garage? Is he over there where they're changing oil, or does he actually make it?
Could be.
Does he get lost in the deep end of the pool?
He has to wear his floaties, his floaty rings.
Yeah, and probably has pool noodle.
Oh, that's not enough. You got to stay balanced.
Yeah.
He's got his water wings.
They're probably concerned that he's going to put his head underwater and think he can breathe.
He can. Yeah, so it's about to be a weird year and a half. To add to conspiracy theories, this is from the FEMA website, so this is going to happen. October 4th, FEMA and FCC are testing the full emergency broadcast system.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And they gave the time. I think it was like 12:30 Eastern, like so PM. So it'd be 9:30 Pacific. And that's going to be cell, radio, and TV. So I'm curious to see if, like, we've seen it on a bunch of different movies of, like, they all have streaming services and whatever, but they actually get hit on those too because they're internet connected. So it's basically getting pushed just like it is the cell phones at that point.
Yeah.
It's just any smart service, whatever. So if FEMA, like FCC tests their stuff, like if anybody's remembers growing up listening to the radio, they used to do a random, like, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah.
And then cable, they would do the same thing, or
maybe not, for a long time.
Maybe not cable, but like the basic channels.
Cable did it. DirecTV would do it. I'm sure they still do. I just don't ever see it anymore.
That was all done by the FCC.
Yeah.
FEMA having something to do with it is where it gets weird to me. Why would FEMA have to do with a broadcast?
I have no idea.
Why are they the ones that are doing everything about it? Because
I don't think this is one you can shut off either.
No, I don't think so. Because I have almost all of them shut off on mine.
Almost all of them. The only one I don't have is one I can't.
Yeah, the presidential
one.
Yeah. I think that's what it's going to be. But to add, like, the kooky side of it is, if you remember, I think it was like 5 years ago now, when they started talking about like FEMA camps, and there was all these YouTubers and everything going around, and they found all these locations of basically coffins, like all stacked up, like the weird Rubbermaid, like coffins and stuff, and then like massive tents set up and massive everything, and they're like, no, this is just a drill. It's like, that's a little weird.
Why do you need coffins for a drill?
Yeah. So, but FEMA was doing all of that.
Yeah.
So then the whole FEMA camp conspiracy around COVID-19 was like, if people didn't comply, or if it got quote unquote bad enough, that people were going to be taken to FEMA camps, where it would be this is for your protection. We provide you food, and you just live here, if that's living.
It's not.
No. I would imagine no. So.
And they got Tupperware to put your body in when you don't make it.
Yeah. So there's all of that. Now, it's been a while. A lot of people have forgotten a lot of things. But now FEMA is working with the FCC on this emergency broadcast to make sure that my theory on it is to make sure that FEMA has access to it. To make sure when FEMA puts out a notice or a warning or whatever you want to call it, that it actually hits everybody's phones. So it's going to get weird.
So I could go ahead and turn off my phone that day and just...
It might turn back on.
We'll find out.
I have a second phone. I'll turn it off, see what happens. But yeah, October 4th. We'll figure out.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, it's a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
A lot. And there's a lot of articles. So I was reading on the Boston University doing the research. And they touched on there of like, they kept going back to the theory of the original virus being released from a lab instead of being, I don't remember what they called it, basically like gotten from animals in a wet market. And I keep going back to, was it Tucker Carlson or one of the talk show hosts, like the Tonight Show or something?
Yeah.
Was going on about, and it's fucking great. And it's like, it's in the name. The Wuhan Coronavirus Virology Lab or something, like that's almost the full name.
Yeah.
And
wonder what they're working on there.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden the Wuhan novel coronavirus breaks out. And it's like, I wonder where it came from. Probably from a bat. And he's like, no. Like if you have an accidental chocolate river in Hershey, Pennsylvania, you're not like, oh, I wonder if somebody accidentally killed a cow. And then he was like, no, maybe it's the fucking chocolate plant.
Yeah.
An outbreak of chocolatey goodness.
Jeez, what a shame that would be.
Yeah. So, but it keeps, every time I think of something like that, that pops back into my head because he was like pretty adamant, like pretty angry about saying it too. Yeah. Of like, I can't see how people don't think this.
The thing that bugged me is after a while people started saying you can't say it's from China. You can't say it's Wuhan. But that's just it, is that they name things after where they originate.
Except for the Spanish flu. That one was
German
incorrect.
measles.
Yeah. Almost everything they do. There's a couple of through the cracks, but yeah, they name stuff after the guy that found it, where it was, or like the guy that found its favorite pet. Like whatever they want to name it, they can. And for lacking any of those, it's where it's from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to take credit for being like, yeah, I made this. Nobody wants.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be like, yeah, it was me. Yeah, be proud of me. You're not going to get a Nobel for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, I don't know. I really hope that more people this time, because there was, I wouldn't say a lot. There was a decent bit of people that wouldn't conform last time.
Well, I hope that the people who don't conform don't do what some of the people did last time. Like there was 2 people in, I know this is going to be surprising, Chicago. They were upset that the employee was doing his job and told them to wear their mask. Now, keep in mind when you're walking into a store, the person asks you to put on their mask. They're not picking you out. They're not like, oh, watch what I'm going to do. I'm in charge. I can make these people put on a mask. No, he's doing his job.
Yeah,
he can actually get in trouble for not telling people.
I'm still not going to fucking put it on.
But these 2 women took it a little further. They didn't just argue and say, no, I'm not going to wear my mask, or go someplace else. They decided to stab this guy 20 times.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if you don't want to wear a mask and they tell you to wear a mask, you can go to a different store.
I mean, at least they were respectful of where they were. It's Chicago and they have gun laws, so they use.
So these knives, yes, but but now you say that, but that doesn't explain what the new things that they're trying to do in Chicago right now. Now I saw a story about this yesterday, so I started looking it up because I wanted to make sure I didn't put something out there that was not true. But apparently the plan is in certain neighborhoods, there's a group there that's going around trying to stem violence, gun violence, in a place that it's very hard to get a gun, but there's a lot of gun violence.
To stem gun violence?
Yeah.
Like to stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
To slow it.
Do they know that stems grow?
Yeah, well,
I know that's a saying. I've never understood that one.
Yeah, me either, but I don't know that I've ever said it other than just now.
Nip it in the bud makes sense.
But they have this thing, it's a Chicago ceasefire. They want the gangs to have a ceasefire every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
So they're having a daily purge.
Yeah. Exactly.
What?
Yeah, because as they put it, children are on the streets before 9. So they want to make sure that nobody's getting,
Well,
I don't know about you, but like when I was going to school, I went to school before 9 a.m.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be before 9 a.m. But my question is, and this goes to fucking anybody that'll listen to anything near common sense.
That doesn't exist.
Murder is illegal.
Yes, it is.
In all 50 states.
Yeah.
And the other fucking, what do we call those? The almost states? The
territories?
Yep, thank you. In all 50 states and the territories, murder is illegal.
Yes.
In some of those states and territories, guns are illegal in some way, shape, or form, or it's fairly difficult to get them. And if you have them, very difficult to be able to carry them.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say in all 50 states, it's illegal for felons to own firearms.
Yeah, that's a federal law.
So I don't know about most, there's a lot of gang members that are felons that have firearms.
Yep.
There's one law broken.
Well, also,
in an area that you can't own them, there's another law broken.
Well, also, they're also, a lot of them are felons, and they're spending time with other felons.
Yeah, which is a law in itself.
Yeah, and and being around the firearms.
Which I feel like that law is a really weird and like played loosely kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because like if you're a felon or you're on probation or parole, you're not allowed to spend time with other people that are felons on probation or on parole. But if you're in a court program or you're going to AA or you're going to NA, or you're going to support groups, or you're going to counseling, or you're going to the courthouse, they're all there. A lot of people at any of those are those. So it's a dealer's choice at that point of when they can give you issues.
Well, also, you know, people like to spend time with people they have things in common with, you know?
Yeah.
So, what's your felony? Oh, I did this. Hey, we have a lot in common. Let's go get some lunch.
Yeah, so back to, so a felon having a gun, one law. A felon having a gun in an area where he shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's another law.
Probably gun-free zones, too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the second. And then using a firearm inside a city limit, there is its own law.
Yeah.
Shooting someone, either attempted murder or murder, is another one. So we're at 4, and we don't even know anything yet.
See, now, I'm pretty
if
sure
only there were laws in place.
Yeah, if only there was something. Some kind of law against shooting people.
So I don't understand why, and like I said, this is going to be a weird episode because we're going to step on all fucking kinds of toes here.
They're trying to get the gang members to agree to not shooting until later hours.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to happen.
No, but one of the other ones was they had these two gangs near each other, and they told them, you know, the way to not have violence is you stay on your side of the street and they'll stay on their side of the street.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't paint a line, you know, like I Love Lucy. But apparently there had been no shootings in that particular neighborhood in a while because of the people staying on their own side of the road. I'm sure that'll last.
Well, I mean, that's how turf starts anyway, is this is our turf, stay off of it.
Yeah.
And that's their turf, stay off of it, and it's agreed on for a while until they're like, hey, I want that one.
Hey, that's cool over there.
Yeah, I want that part.
You guys just got a Whataburger. We don't have one of those. We're going to go to your side of the street.
But yeah, so it's all...
Well, it's Chicago, so it's probably not.
It really doesn't make sense to me that so many people think that, oh, you know what will help? More laws, when the laws that fucking are already there aren't followed. Like, if only we made meth illegal.
Yeah.
People would stop... If we didn't sell meth at Walmart, people wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
Here's a tip. We fucking don't.
Yeah,
meth isn't sold at stores.
No, not for many, many years.
It's...
There was a time it was illegal. That's why I said that.
Oh, I'm sure. Just like cocaine was a medicinal thing. It was in so many different cough syrups.
Oh, yeah.
That's why, like, oh, when I was sick, I could... Yeah, Grandpa, read the back of your cough syrup bottle. That's why you could still go to work for 18 hours a day when you had the flu.
And not be tired.
Yeah, and feel perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because you had cocaine in your cough
and
syrup.
And many other things. Because I've seen some of the labels.
A lot of other
wow.
stuff. Yeah, a lot. Yeah. You had cocaine in your Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
When did they stop doing that?
I don't know. It was a long time ago, though.
I'm going to look that up.
But Coca-Cola was originally made as a cough syrup.
Yeah, it was originally a medicinal thing, too.
Yeah. Well, part of that is because when you have, like, a sore throat or something, and you take, like, something sugary, it coats it. It makes it feel better. That's why a lot of those cough drops are basically candy. Because the sugar makes your throat feel better.
Yeah, that makes sense. The company first started manufacturing in 1886 for Coca-Cola. Blah, blah, blah. That is a lie. It says it doesn't get the name from cocaine.
Oh.
I don't believe that. Medicines were largely unregulated in the 1900s, allowing anyone to claim that their concoction boasted a host of health benefits with zero proof and oversight.
Ever hear of laudanum?
Coca-Cola stopped using cocaine in 1903. Earlier batches contained small amounts. From 1903, cocaine was mostly removed. By 29, the drink was totally cocaine-free. It took 26 years for them to
well, you can't do it all at once.
Remove it.
You gotta do it slow.
Gotta, wean people off.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, look what happened when at one point they changed Coca-Cola to New Coke, and there was an uprising. There was so many people pissed off. They had to bring back Classic Coke because, you know, they didn't slowly roll it out. There was a big thing about that a long time ago.
Yeah. Yep. So it definitely still had it till 29 because they said they made a push to. Public pressure grew to remove cocaine from Coke, prompting the company to remove all of the addictive substance from the formula. So apparently,
it still has sugar, so it's still addictive.
It says Coca-Cola denies any claims and says that Coca-Cola never had cocaine as an ingredient. So they're just denying the whole fucking thing.
Oh.
Huh.
It's rewriting history. People do it all the time.
Yeah, they're like, no, it was the Mandela effect. There definitely wasn't any. So
we were talking about how, you know, if people had laws about things and maybe things wouldn't happen. Last week I meant to mention this to you. I was watching, I don't know what it is. Ever since I started watching donut operator videos, I've been finding some interesting things in my feed.
I thought you were about to talk on stars on Mars again. I was going to shut your mic off.
No, I didn't see any of that this week. It's actually probably on right now. But this woman was stopped walking out of Walmart. This isn't a shooting or anything. She decided that she wanted to pay for most of her stuff she got at Walmart, but not all of it. So she gets stopped and she's told that she needs to go back in, and she does not like this. She's like, I've never been arrested before in my life. I've never been in trouble for stealing. And she keeps going on saying how she's never gotten in trouble. She's never gotten in trouble. She's never gotten in trouble for it. She just kept saying that.
Yeah, like
and she's got this shopping
that she hasn't stolen. She's never gotten in trouble for it.
Yeah, and then she's like, she's got her debit card or the credit card in her hand. She's like, you know what? Just give me the refund and I'll just go. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. He's like, you've got this purse and these panties that you didn't pay for. And they bring it in and they show the amount of panties. It wasn't like 2 or 3 pairs. Like it was a pile. I didn't see the exact number, but it was like a lot. And then this purse, and she's like, she shows this receipt, this receipt which is really long, which doesn't mean anything because I just bought something at a store last week.
Yeah, you buy 5 things.
I bought 3 things, and I had a receipt longer than my arm.
If you have one item at CVS, you could wipe your ass for at least 5 shits with that receipt.
Yeah, they give you far too much paper.
It's 1 tree per receipt at CVS.
Yeah, well, I just, like I said, I bought like 2 or 3 things and I had a long receipt at a grocery store very recently. And like, how much information do you need to give me?
Yeah, I think Walmart's been one of the ones recently that's actually thought about receipt size. Because like, I bought 2 or 3 things at Walmart and it's only like 5 inches long.
Yeah.
Like it's a decent, that's all the necessary information. It's got the store information, QR code at the bottom, and the shit you bought.
Yeah. Well, she's all upset. And she's like, I just want my refund, and I'll leave. And then I take her back into that little room that you might see people get pulled into. And she's freaking out. She's all, I've never been in trouble before. And he's like, yeah, until this time. And she's like, yeah, until this time. And then he's like, he said something about the purse and the panties. She's like, it's just a purse and some panties. Yeah. That you didn't pay for, but you left. You were stealing them, so. And if he's like, if either you cooperate or you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
And she's for what? And she's just getting really pissed off. And then at one point she's like, she gets up from her. She keeps the Walmart employee, the cashier or whatever she is. I don't know. She's got the Walmart vest on. She keeps yelling at her, "Give me my refund, and I'll go home. I'll go shop somewhere else." No, these things aren't happening. Then she stands up. She's like, "Oh, I'm leaving," and she starts walking towards the door. Now, this Walmart employee with the vest on and everything, she's not really looking at her. Her back is to her. She's doing something on her phone, and this woman runs right into her. And she's like, she looks at her, "Don't bump me." What? She bumped you with her back? She didn't move. She stood completely still, and you ran into her back. Yeah, she bumped you.
Wow.
Yeah, then the police officer, he's like, "All right, hands behind your back." She wouldn't do it. Kept telling her, hands behind her back. He gets one of her hands, gets put it behind her back, and she's fighting back. That didn't go well for her. She ends up on the ground.
Yeah.
Handcuffed, and they have her in the police car at the end of this, and they put shackles on her because she wouldn't comply in any way. Why are you taking me to jail? It's just some panties and a purse. Well, first, it's a lot of panties.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You make it sound like a pile. There's not a lot of material.
It's not
so
like
if there's a pile of them, let's say 20. What are they going to be? $8, $10 a piece?
But still, I mean,
there's $200 and then a $40, $50 purse.
Yeah,
that's petty larceny.
She'd already spent $310, but that she wanted a refund for, but she couldn't but she didn't want to pay for the panties and purse.
So here's a question. So all the stuff she paid for, she's getting a ride to jail.
Yeah.
Did they?
I don't know what happened. I wonder.
Did they put all the shit in her cart that she did pay for in the back of the cop car, and they're just, when she gets out of jail, like, here's the clothes you came in with, and here's a cart full of groceries that you don't get the cart.
I wondered about that. I was wondering, or did they even get it to her? Did Walmart just go fuck her and put it back on their shelves? I don't know what happened. At that point,
that's theft. Because that's now hers.
Yeah.
The shit she paid for is now hers.
Well, I don't know what happened. You never saw what happened with that.
Huh.
You saw her getting shoved in. They didn't, it was an SUV, the police automobile, so they could have opened up the back and...
I doubt they did that.
Oh, I doubt it, but I wondered that myself. I wonder what happened to all the stuff that she actually paid for. I mean, she kept demanding a refund, so she'd go to a different store.
Yeah.
Okay,
so steal from another store.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so you steal from here, then go to the other store, and then get caught stealing there too. It's just going to be embarrassing when you have the same arresting officer. You two can reminisce about earlier that day when you got caught. But she kept going on. I've never been in trouble for shoplifting before in my life. Well, she also admitted to doing it. Like,
yeah.
She should have just denied. At least. So then you don't have it on video of you going, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I've never gotten in trouble for it.
Then you have...
That's a curious way of saying no.
Yeah, but it was just, she was flipping out. And she's like, she kept yelling at that clerk. She's like, don't you be eyeballing me. You're hard not to watch. I mean, because you're completely out of control. You're going to draw attention.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not going to just be in the same room as you and not pay attention to you.
It has been a while since I've only been to Walmart like once or twice in the last 6 months anyway.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time since I've been at Walmart and seen an employee, like one of the ones by the exit or the receipt checker or somebody that just feels like, today I'm going to be that guy. And like try to save the fucking whole store by checking one person's receipt. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, I have, because they checked my receipt. They wanted to check my receipt. And he had other people with him.
Like, yeah, I think you told me about that.
Yeah,
one.
I did. I talked about it here. There was him, and he had people standing behind him.
I love when they try it, because I'll piss them off.
Oh, I pissed him off.
Go fuck yourself.
He told me that my dog food was not in a bag by itself.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, give me a bag that'll fit in. I'm like, this is a 35-pound bag of dog food. It's not going to fit in a grocery bag.
I'm not allowed to be green conscious, not use any bags.
Yeah, and I think the reason that they stopped me is because the self-checkout I went up to had a declined payment on it before I went to it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, did you stop that guy? Because he's nowhere to be seen, and there's still a declined payment on here.
Yeah.
I doubt he went back to put the stuff back.
One of my roommates was telling me that, I think he said at Smith's, he scanned something, and he had to set it down because it was about to fall, and then he put it in the bags or something. So like there was a delay of time between scan and put in the bag, and the screen was like, "Hey, please make sure that you put only the items you scanned in the bags." And then she played the video back of like what he scanned and like what happened after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, it had a yes, I put that in the bag. And then it wouldn't let him continue until the clerk came over and like fucking cleared everything.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I've seen that before. If you don't put it in the bag right away, it'll be like, put it in the bag, and then it'll call somebody over.
Yeah, like, because you can't scan something and then put it in your pocket or fucking eat it.
Yeah, or put it back in the cart.
Yeah.
No. Some places they have a thing that says you have the option of
non-bagging or something, yeah.
No bag. Because some things don't belong in a bag.
Yeah.
Something
like a 35-pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was but I also saw something this morning. I saw this video, and it said Karen gets DUI, gets karma or something. And I could not believe the shit that was going on in this video. She was going down the street, and she was supposed to turn right towards a cemetery or something. And apparently, instead of hitting the brake to slow down some before making the turn, she hit the gas pedal, went right through and hit the car that was sitting in the left lane there, trying to go out into traffic.
Wow.
Yeah, and when they were talking to this woman, first of all, when they go over to her car, she's in her passenger seat of her car. I don't know why she was in the passenger seat. It just seemed odd to me.
I don't know. Somebody hit them, and then they ran.
But the start of it, she's like, it's because I'm upset because I lost my grandmother today. Okay, now that's important to keep in mind. And then she's talking, and they're asking her, and she's so incoherent. She's so out of it. She's saying weird things. She goes on. She says something about her brother-in-law is 411. You should watch it because my brother-in-law is 411. He's like, 411?
Yeah, like the information.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand. And then she keeps going, and at one point he keeps asking for her driver's license. She's pulling all this stuff out. She hands the insurance, which he did ask for, shows the registration. He's like, that's the registration. I need your driver's license. But then she gets in her purse, and she's looking for her driver's license, and she gets sidetracked and goes to something else. Like at one point, she pulls out handy wipes, and she goes to hand him that. He's like, I need your driver's license. Oh, you don't need the handy wipes? Okay. And then
I thought you wanted to sanitize.
Yeah. Then she takes one out, and she's washing her hands. But here's where it gets weird. She takes the handy wipe out. She has it in her hand, and then you see it. It's like it's on her shoulder, and she's talking. Turns out she wasn't talking to the officer. She was talking on her handy wipe phone. Yeah. And the officer's like, that's a handy wipe. That's not a phone. She's like, it can be both.
James Bond tech over here. Jesus Christ.
And at one point, she takes the handy wipe and she puts it in her palm, and she's holding it like a phone, and she hits the button like she's making the phone call again.
Wow.
Yeah, so they get her out, and then she's like, I'm here to see my grandmother. Oh, you're going to the monument? Yeah. The grandmother who just died today, you're going to go to the cemetery to see where she's buried?
I mean, depending on religion, that happens.
Well, no, even the religions that do it right away, like if it happened earlier that day, no, they don't have them in the ground yet. There's a whole process before they can do that.
It can still happen.
They try to do it as quickly as possible, but this person's already got a cemetery mound, everything.
I don't know.
But this is
Maybe
keep in mind this is the afternoon. This is early in the afternoon. It's nice and sunny out.
You didn't paint that picture.
I didn't get to that part. I was going to get to that. No, it's.
You were going to get to that. It's the end of the story.
No, it's not the end of the story. You think it would be, but no. And then she's yelling. She's like, "Wait till my dad hears about this. You're going to regret this when my dad hears about it." I don't know who her dad is.
Her dad's 511.
Yeah. So eventually, of course, he's having her do the field sobriety test.
Yep.
I can't do that. My back hurts. And she's freaking out, yelling. You can't do this? I can't do that. I'll try, but I have a bad back. It's standing with one foot in front of the other.
Right.
I don't know what that does to her back, but she gets arrested, and of course she goes to jail. And while she's at jail, she keeps talking about her dad and how she's not going to be allowed to go to her grandmother's funeral. She was going to go to the headstone earlier that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then I want my phone. Give me my phone. It's my phone. I have a right to my phone. And they're like, you do not. Let me finish this paperwork and we can get you out of here. And he keeps going on, just trying to get her to give her address. I don't care about my address or my fucking phone number. Yeah, but he does, you know. And she's like, wait a minute, I want to talk to my... She starts screaming like she's having a tantrum. I want to talk to my dad. I want to talk to my dad. At one point, she's making her phone call. And she's screaming on the phone to her dad, just get down here and get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. And don't make me talk to your sister. I'm never fucking talking to your sister again. She can fuck off. And I'm like, what is that? What? Yeah, and at the end, she's being walked out. She got fingerprinted, and they left a Band-Aid because apparently she had a burn on her finger. And she's getting walked out, and I don't know, she was calmed down by then. It was just weird. I've never seen a arrest
really
quite like that. But the handy wipe, the phone call on the handy wipe, that was fucking classic. And when she hits the thing to shut it off or make another call.
Just folds it in half to hang up on somebody.
At one point, they're going to tow the car, so he's asking her, is your phone in your purse or is it in the car? I wouldn't want it to get impounded with your car. I don't fucking know where my phone is. You tell me. How would I know? Well, it's your stuff.
Yeah. And
yeah, she didn't like that. Then he's looking in her purse to find her phone, and she's, don't look in my purse. When you're handcuffed, you can't really do it.
That's great.
Yeah, it was classic. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and it just kept going. It kept getting worse and worse. And when she's screaming at her dad and saying how much she doesn't like his sister, I mean, you're trying to motivate him to go pick you up. Maybe be nice.
Yeah, probably be nice.
Yeah. But she's a dog mom. I happened to notice as she was being in the police station that her sweatpants had dog mom on them.
I have concerns for those people.
I'm concerned for the dog.
Yeah.
But she's like, you're heartless. You won't let me go to my grandmother's funeral. She just died today. She had to start drinking kind of early. I don't know what she was on, but yeah, they had this thing at the end explaining that she was arrested for DUI. It was good. Good stuff.
Huh. I still can't picture it during the daytime, though. I can only picture that scene at night.
No, that's most people would, but no, it was bright as can be.
Well, most people will, because you left that out at the beginning, Mike.
I was gonna get to it, but that was kind of the Shyamalan twist ending. You know, everybody thinking nighttime, and
then you get the last
M.
Airbender.
Night, throws in the daytime.
Then you get the last Airbender, and you just fucking hate him.
Yes.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was an interesting arrest. I would like to see, if I had the way to do it, I would like to put this woman on YouTube and have her react and explain to everybody what she was doing in that video. I want to see her reacting to herself on YouTube. That would make my day.
That could make a great YouTube channel.
Oh,
People react to themselves.
Yeah.
On like cop shows and whatnot.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would be kind of hard to find
people willing to do it.
Well, not just that. It's 2023. People want to be fucking known. So
yeah.
I don't think that would be that difficult.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that after I said that.
But they leave people's names out like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So to find like, okay, it was this county, this day, around this time.
Yeah.
And you can do a Freedom of Information Act request and get the name and then call them. It'd be a whole fucking process.
I know, but it'd be worth the
maybe
videos to watch, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would. I just thought that
it could be worth it. That would be a lot of work.
I saw somebody else say in Orlando was getting arrested too, and she was
in Florida.
No. I know.
No,
I know, you couldn't believe it. Yeah. She was not happy. She was having a tantrum in the back of the car too. This is my feed now. This is what my YouTube looks like now. It's just people getting arrested.
Huh.
Yep. I'm telling you, reaction videos would be great.
I haven't scrolled YouTube in a long time.
For the reaction videos, you'd have to be able to do it in a way that you could try to get the people in the videos to reach out to you.
Yeah.
That'd be the best way to do it.
So you'd have to have a couple to start with, and then be like, if you or anyone you know,
yeah,
reach out to me and blah, blah, blah.
If you know this person, let us know.
Yeah. I feel like that would be almost an unmanageable amount of fucking replies, too.
Oh, yeah. You'd have to sift through and find ones that are...
Did you say sip?
Sift.
Okay.
I didn't say sip. I was looking at my Dr. Pepper, but I wasn't saying sip.
Pretty sure you did.
I did not.
Yeah.
So how was your sleep? How was your morning?
It was pretty good.
So you didn't have any power tools going off in your building?
Oh, if there were, I fucking slept through it.
Yeah, I was trying
by
to
building, you mean my house? Then
yeah, I was trying to go to sleep, and I heard some power tools going. Then they stopped.
It's
so
just
I'm like,
Dale's toothbrush.
so I tried to go back to sleep, and then suddenly I hear these doors slam, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've never heard them. It was a different floor, and I'm like, but no, it gets even weirder because at one point I'm asleep. I'm almost just completely asleep, and then I hear this noise. It sounded like an explosion of sorts. I don't know what the fuck it was. It reminded me of when they were doing the thing next door to that building I told you.
The SWAT rating.
Yeah. But this one, when I heard it, it kind of reminded me of, like, I've been in a building when somebody blew out a transformer, and then there was no electricity. I heard this noise, and I'm looking around, I'm like, so I grabbed my remote, and I hit the button on it to turn on the TV to see if I still had electricity, and I did. So then I hear some other noises, some other loud noises, and I happen to look over at my dog. She's in the other room because there's a gate. I don't want her jumping on me while I'm trying to sleep. And she actually put her paws up. She put her paws up on the gate, and she's like, you could tell she's upset about these noises. Keep in mind when the SWAT shit was going on next door, not a fucking peep. She just laid there. She didn't even move. She slept, and it kept going. So I go over to her, and she is freaked out. She's shaking. She's scared of something.
Wow.
And every time I moved, she was right next to me, right next to my feet. She was not going to go away from me. So I pet her for a while, got her calm. And then when the noises stopped, I stayed with her for a while, and then I went back to bed. It took me a while. I did not get a good sleep at all.
I think I got like a 3 or 4 hour nap, was up for like 3 or 4 hours, and then slept for like 8 hours.
Yeah. I got a nap, and then I woke up, and then I got another nap. I didn't get any solid sleep. But it was weird. I don't know. I still don't know what the noise was. And at some point, when I went back to go to bed, all sorts of fire trucks and ambulances fucking driving past. Loud as fuck. Like, is there a conspiracy to keep me awake today?
Get some earplugs.
I wasn't consistent enough to have to get my noise canceling earbuds out. It's uncomfortable to have those in when I'm trying to sleep.
Earbuds, yes. Earplugs.
I don't have earplugs. I do have earbuds. I don't want to go to the store, pick up earplugs, drive back home, and then try.
I'm not saying like that time, but you know, there's lots of noises all the time, and like, oh, street vibrations is here, or
yeah, that's why I use it.
That's
why I use the earbuds
hey,
for.
This is here. But you said they're uncomfortable to sleep in. Why not just have a box of earplugs that you use every now and then?
Because I bought the earbuds for this.
But they're uncomfortable to sleep in. You just said
I can't sleep with them in, but it's just I don't want to do it all the time.
Huh.
That's more what I was getting at. And they work well, except one time they had a concert recently where it even was loud enough. It even beat those.
They connected to your Bluetooth?
No, thank God. No, but it was just loud enough that I could hear it over the noise canceling. And they're really good noise canceling. So that kind of pissed me off.
Oh.
But the events are pretty much over for the summer. They already had Hot August Nights.
They have
and Street Vibrations is in a different area. It's not across the street from me anymore.
They have Rib Fest coming in.
Yeah, but that's in Sparks.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're not going to throw a basher over there.
Oh. They haven't in the past, so I'm just going from history.
Well, there's always this time.
Even like the Italian Food Festival that usually happens in September, that usually happens on the row, so I don't hear that.
What days are that? What days is that?
I don't even know. I don't even know if it's coming up or not.
Because I might actually try to go to that.
I went the first year I was here, and it wasn't what I was hoping.
Was it San Gennaro?
No, that was good. They have that twice a year in Vegas.
Yeah.
No, this was just the Italian festival, and I went through and I'm looking at everything. I'm trying to find. I remember the night before at work telling people, I'm going to this. I'm going to get me some fucking cannolis.
No cannolis?
No cannolis. It's Italian food festival, and you don't have cannolis. I got homemade s'mores with from scratch graham crackers, which are not Italian.
No, not at all.
But I couldn't get a fucking cannoli.
Was it Italian chocolate?
No, it was Hershey's.
Huh.
I was not a happy person.
Hmm.
And then to buy anything, you couldn't use a debit card. You had to use cash. I didn't have any cash on me. I had to go to an ATM so I could buy a thing of spaghetti. And the spaghetti was not good.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a disappointment. All the booths, it was not a lot of, it just didn't seem to have a lot of, everything pretty much was the same, each one. Oh, we got lasagna here. Oh, the next one has spaghetti. Oh, what's the next one have? Oh, lasagna? Great.
Huh.
And, I can't try everybody's lasagna to pick out which one's the best.
Yeah, and I'm sure they don't have fucking sample sizes.
No.
You just get the full dinner size.
And I don't want to have to keep hitting up the ATM, because I don't know if you know this, but hotels and casinos, they have ATM fees.
Most of them do.
Yeah. I got the fee refunded to me because that's how my bank rolls.
Well, that's unfortunate. I would imagine that.
I was so looking forward to it.
Would have been fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know if San Gennaro was.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and they had, you could see them making the Italian sausage and other food, and they were putting some effort into it.
And then
you didn't see people open up plastic bags and throw it into a.
Was it the Hawaiian or the Island Festival?
I never actually went to that.
Really fucking good food too. Holy shit.
And Vegas has a lot of cool shit.
A lot better food.
Oh yeah, a lot better. I miss the food.
So I was debating on if I was going to drive to Vegas or fly to Vegas this next time.
Yeah.
And then I found round trip tickets for $57. So I am not driving.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, 57, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because I think it would be about 20 gallons to get there and back if I drove. So unless diesel goes below $2.50 a gallon and I don't value 14 hours of my time,
yeah,
I guess I'll be flying.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's only an hour flight.
Yeah, and it's not unbearably uncomfortable depending on where it is, because it is Spirit, so they're smallish. But my shoulder's been a lot better, so it should be a lot less comfortable than it has been in the past. Be nice.
Yeah. I every time I've gone, I've flown. I've gotten some cheap tickets, but I usually have flown Allegiant. The only problem with Allegiant is they only fly certain days.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Allegiant pop up when I'm looking for flights.
Yeah, it's only on certain days of the week and certain times of the day.
Yeah, I think Spirit does that because, the day that I'm leaving is in the AM, and the day that I get back, PM.
Yeah.
Those flight times are 2 minutes different. It's AM and PM, but it's I don't say 8:40 AM, and then when I come back, it's 8:38 PM when it leaves Vegas, which I thought was interesting.
There's certain days of the week that Allegiant does not fly to Vegas or back. It's annoying trying to set up your schedule, your work schedule, and your flight to Vegas.
From previous work? You don't set up your work schedule now.
Well, I mean, to make it work well together. The schedule's already set up.
Oh, with the time off? Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's why it's I'll leave a day or two that I can get a couple things done here, go visit, have a day or two when I get back.
Yeah, I pretty much, there's a lot of times I had to request a day off just because of the fact that the flight back would only come on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it'd be already, I would have to get off the plane and magically get home and then at work within very short period of time, so that just was not going to happen. Or other times it would get here after the shift already started.
There's been a couple of times that when I've looked, it's either like call out the last day of the week or take vacation the last day of the week, whatever, so that I can fly out around noon or 5 p.m. because the next flight, first day off, would be at like 11 p.m. Like, but if I want to spend the whole fucking time off there, then I have to do it that way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that I'll drive, is if it's a bunch of stuff like that, I'm like, I don't care. I'll just fucking drive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've just always flown. Also, when I first moved out here, I didn't have a car out here, so
yeah,
I would have had to rent a car to do it. I'm not doing that.
I started working on one of the other trucks.
How's that going?
I was hoping that I would get more done before I had to buy parts. One of the super common issues with the Ford diesels is the EGR cooler is a terrible design. It's just awful, everything together.
Right, Ford did something awful?
It cools, it's exhaust gas that's cooled by coolant. So it's like a radiator, but surrounded by exhaust gases that are really fucking hot. So all it does is heat up the coolant and barely cool down the exhaust gas.
Oh.
So one of the super common things that happens is those fins break, and then you get exhaust into the coolant. So I put everything back together, like hook everything back up, and hook up my scanner to see like what a couple readings are, and try to start it. And a couple of readings were decent, a couple of them were not good. And then I'm like, okay, here's something. Like, take the cap off of the coolant reservoir, and there's pressure. So I'm like, that's okay. So it is that one, like where I bought it from the auction. They said the EGR cooler was bad, but because of how much different stuff was fucked up with the first truck, I didn't really believe that they would know.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those today. So it should be here in a couple days, and I can throw that on and then see what else I need to do.
Yeah.
And then looking at the third truck, the alternator's gone too. So not only did they take the EGR valve on that one, they took the alternator, the batteries, and I want to say there was like 2 other things. Because that was obviously just their parts truck.
Yeah.
So now I have to find, because they took the alternator, there's no fucking bolts in there anymore. So even if I buy an alternator, it's not going to come with the bolts.
Yeah.
So I messaged a couple of people on eBay of like, hey, here's an alternator off a wrecked truck. Being like, hey, can I get the bolts with it? Because if not, I'm going to have to go to the junkyard and hope they have an F-250 that has similar layout.
Yeah.
Similar bolts, similar whatever. Figure fucking something out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like they're common bolts. You just, go to Home Depot.
No, and I mean, I might be able to do that, but I'm not going to be able to do it well. Like, I might have to do that, of take a bolt off of the F-350 and go get the thread pitch and measure it out and do whatever, and then get my own. But I really don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I do want to point out that I have not had any bad fast food experiences this last week.
That's why you couldn't sleep.
Yeah. Well, I did go.
Fucking karma.
I went through a drive-through. I went through a drive-through recently, and they were like, they said to me, first I was like, what's the name on that? And then like, I pull up to the window like I'm told, and he says, can you call the people that you put the order through, like DoorDash or whoever? I'm like, it's a mobile order. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, on the Wendy's app. It's not DoorDash. So then him and his manager and they're all around the computer trying to figure out what's going on. And then they got it, and I'm watching all this, and I'm like, my food's going to come out wrong. I just fucking know it. But no, it came out right. I was shocked. The only thing is, I don't know what they do at Wendy's, because I hadn't had a Baconator in a long time, because for some reason, I don't know what they do to bacon there, because it's not very good.
It's not very good, and there's definitely not a lot of it.
So I got the Baconator again for the first time in a long time. Hoping maybe they fixed some problems. Holy crap, it was so bad. I don't know. It's bacon. How the fuck do you ruin bacon?
You microwave it.
Oh, God. But no, I've microwaved bacon that tastes better than this.
You microwave bacon,
I
Mike?
have microwaved bacon in the past. If you do it correctly, it comes out fine.
Yeah, doing it correctly requires not a microwave.
I know. But
It requires
I'm just saying,
an oven, a stove, an air fryer.
I didn't say I do it regularly. I'm just saying I have done it.
I don't know if I trust your food taste anymore.
How do you know if you like it or don't like it if you don't ever try it?
Because it's microwaved bacon. Have you ever microwaved fries before? They're fucking awful.
Yeah, well.
That's how I know I don't like microwaved bacon.
Well, you see, you tried microwave fries, didn't you?
No, it's because I didn't want cold fries.
Yeah.
So I warmed them up, and
And
I would have rather had cold fries.
But I'm saying, but you put microwaves in a fry, you put fries in a microwave.
Yeah,
And you
get
found
them
out they
warm
were,
again.
You found out you didn't like it by doing that.
To get them warm again.
Yes, I understand. Which fries?
Not to cook bacon.
No, but me, I found I wanted to try it, so I did. I learned. That's how we learn.
I still don't, you gonna cook a steak in the microwave next?
No, because I learned from bacon.
I don't know. Maybe it's different.
No, I will not put a steak in a microwave.
They
don't brown.
It's the same thing.
Well, not really, but steak does not brown, so no. I'd eat the steak raw before I'd put it in the microwave.
Okay, well, somebody send Mike a steak in the microwave recipe so that you can try that. Because I definitely will not be.
I remember the first time my family got a microwave, and one of the selling points to the microwave is that you could cook a turkey in it. And you even had a microwave cookbook.
Yeah.
And it had a picture of a turkey on the thing saying to cook a turkey in it.
Yeah, a friend of mine in high school, his mom, I would pick him up for school, and she would always make me breakfast, and him, but he would take forever getting up, so sometimes he didn't get to eat. And she made everything in the microwave. I would always make jokes like, if you could do this in the microwave, would you? She's like, oh yeah, I love the microwave. Like, and it was an older microwave too. Like, it finally gave out and died, I think, like the first or second year that I was in college. And she had it replaced, and a whole new learning process of, like, and it's now a stronger microwave. You have to figure out the new times, do everything.
Yeah.
So, one year for Christmas, I got her this, I want to say it was like an 1.5 inch, 2 inch microwave, like how to cook everything in the microwave, I think was the name of it.
Yeah.
And she fucking loved that book.
Nice. Yeah, something I warm things up in the microwave now. That's mostly what I use it for.
I barely do that anymore.
But
because depending on what it is, I'll just warm it up in the toaster oven because it just tastes better and it gives it the crisp.
Yeah. But it depends. Like, there's some things I also don't warm up. Like, when I eat it all then, or I'm just not having it. When people at work get like Burger King to have at lunch, you know, I mean, they buy it before they go into work, so that's at least 6 hours before before they get to eat again, and they warm it up. And I'm never doing that. That's just, I'm not buying a fast food burger and heating it up in the microwave. That's just not going to be good.
That's how they cooked it.
Yeah, but I'm saying now it's twice in the microwave.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no. I want it to eat it then, or I'll just...
See, I'll do that, but depending on what it is, like if it's a chicken sandwich, I'm going to take the lettuce and tomato off. So I'm not eating fucking scalding lettuce and wilted tomato.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was going to recommend that, but I do buy porter subs, but that's a cold sandwich when I bring that into work.
Yeah.
But speaking of sandwiches, I do have an interesting fast food story. This is not a mess up. This is just something strange. I told you about my experience with Firehouse and trying to get my rewards points.
Yeah.
So I'd been emailing them. I sent them the picture of the receipt, everything, and this is taking forever. This is weeks. So I'm like, I sent them another message. Nothing. And I keep doing this every few days. I'm like, you should be getting back to me, or I should get some points. So I get an email one day telling me, we're going to give you 4,000 points. Like, okay. And then later that day, I get another email saying, oh, we need asking me for more information. I'm like, what other information? So I respond, what other information do you need? I gave you the receipt. You have all the information right there. The location, what I spent, what time of day, the items I don't know what else you want. So I get another email saying, okay, we're going to give you your points. So at one point I get the 4,000 points. This happens after a few days. So it puts me over the amount I needed to get a free large sandwich. Like, perfect. Then one day I was checking it again. 6,000 more points were put on there. So I'm like, all right, now I'm close to getting 2 free fucking large sandwiches. This is great. And then today I look. Today I get an email telling me, oh, in a few days we're going to give you 4,000 points.
Yeah, they're probably going to give you one for every message you've sent.
So I'm like, I go on there and I'm like, huh. And then I go on my phone today and there was 2 things added to my account. 4,000 points for that, and another 5,500 points for another thing. So now I'm over.
So when are we going to get Firehouse?
Anytime.
2 free large.
I get 2 free large. I'm almost to 3. I'm thinking about trying that brisket sandwich. I haven't tried that one yet. I usually get the meatball. Every time I go, I get the meatball. I think I've had one other sandwich there.
I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. I can't do anything else with that fucking truck until I get the parts.
We'll have to figure out a good time to go. But yeah. Yeah, free sandwiches.
I could use some Firehouse in my life.
Free sandwiches. I had a free sandwich on the way here today, too.
Yeah.
That was Jersey Mike's, though. I like Jersey Mike's a lot. There's not one very close to me. That's why I usually plan it around doing our podcast so I can get it on the way here.
Like planning everything around food. I need to go get ground beef tomorrow, or depending on what time the store closes. I think they're already closed.
Which store?
Food Max, because it's $2 a pound for 80%.
I saw somebody had it on sale. Save Mart had it on sale for around that.
I think Save Mart is the same as Food Max.
They had a coupon.
Super ghetto. Yeah, it's a digital coupon.
Yeah.
Digital coupons.
But I might be going to Smith's on the way home because I stopped there and got Dr. Pepper, and I happened to check out the ice cream aisle, and Ben & Jerry's is on sale.
Oh.
I didn't want to have it sit in my car while we were doing the podcast, so
I happen to have freezers, Mike.
I know, but I want to bring my groceries in to put in your freezer. But the Lights Caramel Action, I told you about before, it's so good. Huh. Just when you open the lid, be careful of the lights, it might blind you.
Uh-huh.
And the action, No. It'll throw you through a window or something.
That episode calmed down a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It was gonna. So maybe more next week. It depends on what happens.
Oh, there'll be a lot next week. I'm sure. There's always something going on.
Yeah. Give us a like, share, follow. Facebook and Instagram at Some Offense Intended. Twitter, Some Offense Pod. I definitely don't think I'm going to start a Threads because...
Buy merch.
I don't care. Nobody cares about Threads.
Buy merch.
Yeah, buy merch. SomeOffenseIntendedPodcast.com and go to the little store button thing.
Yep.
I think I checked last week. We're the only ones that have bought merch.
Yeah.
And then there's always people like, oh, where can I get the hat? Tell them on the website. And they're like, oh, nice. Like, you have your own. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to wear it and not be able to sell it to other people.
Yeah, that's the purpose.
And like, oh, nice. And then they don't get it. So.
Buy merch.
Buy shit. And talk to you next week. Goodbye.